everybody and welcome back to the internet's best reactions. Today we're talking about the Mexican Grand Prix. Now yes, disclaimer, it was quite boring, wasn't it? It was not a banger by any stretch of the imagination, but if you are a long-time watcher of internet's best reactions, you'll know that if it's a boring race, more people are on their phone, more memes are created, and generally speaking, these episodes are better. And this was no exception. You've done well. Let's dive into your reactions. Let's start at the beginning, as we always do, at F1tastic.com. Verstappen grabbing the lead like. Now, of course, Mercedes getting a completely shocking front row qualifying lockout. And we thought, what is this? Because, of course, Red Bull supposedly stronger. Well, I guess supposedly they were definitely stronger eventually. But in qualifying, they didn't manage to lock out the front row or even get on it. And we thought maybe, just maybe, Mercedes have pulled an absolute blinder. But then Verstappen gets a great start, flies down towards turn one, and is the latest of the late breakers. No more Daniel Ricciardo being the latest of the breakers. Nah, that's Max Verstappen's title now. That move was sensational, and I won't have anything less. I won't have you describing it as any less than that, because that was unbelievable from Max. If he didn't do that, he may not have won the race. We saw how difficult it was to overtake in Mexico, but yeah, that was just solid. At Formula Ryan 21, Bottas regretting pole. Now, of course, he got this wonderful replica helmet of one Manuel Fangio, and the picture's brilliant. I apologise, by the way, if I sound a bit throaty, a bit coughy. I've been quite unwell the last few days. Don't worry, it's not the dreaded, But yeah, just been a bit unwell, so I apologise if I'm a little bit croaky today. At JG Paddock, drivers at turn one, it was carnage. It just breeds carnage. Turns 1, 2 and 3, it's just really awkward, especially 2 and 3. You get the wrong line through there and you're practically parking it on the apex. Of course, Tsunoda gets wiped out, Ocon wipes out Mick Schumacher as well. One of his rear tyres goes flying, and then Alonso miraculously manages to miss all of it. I'm very surprised, by the way. Fernando, I know you're an avid watcher of WTF1. But if you are watching and you'd like some analysis from me, why were you not doing the track limits thing? Everybody thought you were going to be doing the straight over turn one and then round the bollard and potentially taking the lead. But we didn't see any of that from Fernando. We saw him playing by the rules, and I don't like that. And I've just mentioned it at _Marwan_E. Fernando Alonso avoiding Bottas through the smoke. How terrifying must that be? And this is probably why I'm not a Formula 1 driver. To fly down towards turn one at well over 200 miles an hour, and then obviously braking really hard, and then there's just smoke everywhere. Like smoke screens were deployed. It's like we were playing Call of Duty. And somehow Fernando got away unscathed, then a little trip across the grass. Of course he did. But, Fernando was very well behaved, and I'm not here for that. That's not the reason he's come back to F1. At _Keith Dav, Ocon making sure everyone has fun at turn 2. Oh, dearie me. I mean, Ocon, fair enough for not getting penalised for that. But of course, I haven't even mentioned Daniel Ricciardo just completely sending it into the back of Bottas and making him spin. Valtteri Bottas, by the way, is going to be the key feature of this entire episode of Internet's Best Reactions, because after lap 1, nothing really happened apart from Valtteri. So he is going to be very much a meme for this episode. There's no hate. It's just bants, okay? And Valtteri was brilliant. He's on TikTok. He gets the banter. But yeah, Ocon was another one involved in all of that and causing people to fly. And Tsunoda, I saw a picture of Tsunoda and he was on the track parade and no one was speaking to him. I'm not a fan of that. Not a fan of Christian Horner's comments either. Lots of things I'm not a fan of with Tsunoda this weekend. At Alien Squirt, he's quick. I've never seen that meme before. That's really good from Sam. I appreciate that. That is that's good. I'm going to say that's runner-up for Tweet of the Week, Sam. Well done, but not quite. Not quite. And of course, that was about Lewis Hamilton saying Max Verstappen was too quick for people that wanted the relevancy of that meme. At Catherine Barr _ POV, you're a Ricciardo fan, and it's lap 12 of the Mexico Grand Prix. Yeah, Mexico Grand Prix as well. I had to get my head around that because I was thinking it's, Mexican Grand Prix, but no, it's the Mexico City GP. Anyway, back to Daniel Ricciardo. I don't know how he's got away with not getting a penalty. I know there's a lot of people like, oh, it's a racing incident, but he's just locked up on the dirty inside line and wiped out the pole sitter and then held him up for 100 laps. It's just, you could not have written that in Valtteri Bottas's worst nightmare book. Genuinely, I feel so sorry for him. Not not Daniel Ricciardo, Valtteri Bottas. Everything went wrong. At Chris65953455, so much smoke. That's another one. Again, this is it. This is going to be the running theme. I apologise if you're a Bottas fan, but Bottas is going to be internet special reactions this week. Bottas at the start. Everybody else. Oh, poor guy. He was buzzing. He's been driving so well after signing for Alfa Romeo next year, and then it just all went down the toilet. At Steve65462, you're loving the numbers this week, aren't you guys? There's the Hamilton tyre radio. Of course, Lewis coming over the radio, losing time to Max and saying his tyres were going. But it turns out I think he was telling the truth because he had no real pace in comparison to Max this week. So really, we needed, and just if you went back to like last year, if you would have said to me that we would have hoped for Mercedes to basically win Mexico in order for them to keep the Drivers' Championship as close as possible, I would not have believed you. Like, how is this a thing? We've gone 1 year, small regulation changes in favour of anyone but Mercedes and Aston Martin, it seemed at the start, but hey, I'm taking it. Max is slowly eking ahead. I want to pull it back a little bit. I don't mind Max winning the title, but let's not win it before the last race. How else are we going to make Abu Dhabi exciting? At Leah Bakev, the Mexico Grand Prix weekend for Mercedes fans. There are some new memes coming out, and I'm very much appreciating it. Well done, Leah, for this one. It's, I didn't see that one coming, and it was very, very good. And Mercedes fans, how are you feeling? I want to know in the comment section right now, how do you feel about what's just happened? A front row lockout, and you ended up finishing second with Lewis and out of the points with Valtteri. Constructors' Championship's close though. Right guys, before I continue, please do subscribe to the channel if you are new, enjoying the content, whatever. If you're just having fun here, please click the subscribe button. We are trying to hit 1 million subscribers at some point in the near future. By the end of this year, not looking likely, but if you could that would be amazing and I'll love you forever. Thank you. There was some incredibly strange but quite funny memes about Perez and tyre saving, so I'm going to include them now. At Yen Franz, Perez, tyres getting better. My brain. I literally don't know, but it kind of makes sense. Like, I don't understand it, but it also, I do a little bit. Do you kind of see what I mean? At Chris Randhauer, I kind of like this one, not because I wanted to throw shade at F1, but because I just love how Cristiano here has just basically slated F1 for doing good TV direction by reminding us of how bad it's been in the past, when the TV direction is actually good and showing all overtakes. No, they did well. Although, no, there were a few actually. I remember seeing some swapsies of positions and then not showing it. So I wouldn't say it was, stunning, but definitely better. But then again, how difficult is that when there's about 5 overtakes? At Victor Jansen 14, Hamilton being honest about his pace. I told you. Why would he lie? Why? I know there were reasons that maybe at the beginning for him to throw a little curveball, maybe, Red Bull started to feel a bit safe, but he just kept falling back from Max, so it was just kind of GG, wasn't it? Another tyre meme, at Poghane, seems like a fair deal. Hamilton, the tyres dropping off massively. Perez, my tyres are just getting better. Throw in some serious mind games, old Sergio there. I probably were getting better because Sergio had some great pace, but unfortunately couldn't utilise that overcut because the track's just quite difficult to overtake with the air density. F101 coming out on that tomorrow. Just look out for that if you had any questions about how F1 car performance is affected by it. But got a bit sidetracked there. But basically, Perez, the tyre god. At Formula 1 Kinger, Bottas as he drives behind Daniel. There was so much dust at this Mexican Grand Prix circuit, like everywhere. Every time there was a session that, the first session of the day, just dust city. And can we just reflect on Bottas having to sit behind the culprit of his crash for I think 39 laps before Daniel was pulled into the pits. Then Bottas goes into the pits and has a slow pit stop. Like, this man cannot get a break. Not even that. He also gets used as a fastest lap mule. Not once, because he messed up. Well, I don't know if he messed up, but didn't get fastest lap in his first attempt. So Mercedes pits him again to get another set of soft tyres to go again. The guy is being worked for every penny he is being paid this year by Mercedes. At Fat Bears, everyone, everywhere. Does this relate to you? Were you Homer in this meme? It wasn't the best race ever, was it? But we try and hype the memes, right? You're enjoying this? Leave a like if you are. Sorry for asking to like, but please. At Will Humphreys _ when Crofty says well done to Valtteri for trying for a move on Ricciardo. I loved that. No, Crofty, for whatever reason, it's lovely. It's lovely to see Valtteri actually trying. You know, it's lovely to see him some fighting spirit still left in him. I mean, what's he going to do? Just sit behind Ricciardo the whole race because he wants to, or if he's given up? Valtteri is not like that, and I'm sure he is trying to savour every moment of being in a race-winning car, or at least, you know, at the top of the field. Don't get salty, Merc fans. I know maybe Red Bull a bit quicker at the moment, but either way, Alfa Romeo is going to be a step down next year, so I'm sure Valtteri wants to score as many points as he can. At Jackson _ Abood1, you know how I said the whole episode is pretty much Bottas? Yes, Bottas still behind Ricciardo. You just either look at the timing interval, or you'd see an onboard or a small screen onboard, and Bottas is still behind Danny Ric. I felt like he did. I'm not saying he gave up because he didn't, but at the same time, he definitely did not want to risk it on Danny Ric. Apart from that one weird attempt after the second mini straight into that left-right horrible complex, where he almost dived up the inside at the least overtaking opportunity. That's not even English, but the least opportune moment, and that would have caused a crash, so I'm glad he backed out. Although am I? Because that may have caused a safety car and spiced up the race. Who knows? At Portland Geek 292, I hope this ages poorly. It didn't. Dirty air in that last sector is absolutely disgusting, isn't it? I love it. I love that whole stadium section for the podium, for the whole atmosphere. But for racing, it's awful in these cars. Maybe next year. I keep saying it for pretty much every track. We might get better racing with tight, twisty corners. Fingers crossed. At Ace _ Flashaw, I mean, it's not even a joke now, is it really? Bottas behind Ricciardo. I'm sorry, genuinely, but what else is there to really talk about? Actually, there's this to talk about. At Christopher Penn, Checo P1 Mexicans right now. When Checo took the lead, because of course Max pitted, Sergio going for a longer overcut on Lewis Hamilton, the crowd was just awesome to hear. It's similar to Zandvoort with Max winning. Sergio, of course, wasn't on to win, but the Mexican fans did not care. They were absolutely buzzing, and I was buzzing with them. It was awesome to see. Of course, the podium ceremony afterwards was amazing as well. But it's so nice to see how passionate the Mexican fans are. At Alfie Short 9, Perez when he took the lead at his home race. I love this GIF so much. It's so good. And yes, that is exactly how it was. Oh yeah, so here's another one of those really odd memes that don't make any sense but also make a lot of sense. At Yen Franz, Checo, tyres are getting good. Where do people come up with this stuff? I love it. Keep it up. This is what Internet's Best Reactions literally lives off, but you guys have some ideas in your heads. At Flusfo, official mascot for Bottas. Yeah, he had every bit of bad luck possible. I mean, where is Lewis's bad luck? In comparison to Valtteri's, it feels like Valtteri has some sort of B-spec car with really old parts. I feel sorry for him, I really do. At Tesco Tierney _3, Gasly once again having a solid race in P4 quietly. Yeah. I think we saw Gasly for about 10 seconds. He had a Carlos Sainz from a few years ago. It's just been a very quiet but unbelievable drive from Pierre. At over _ view effect, Lewis, you guys still there? Merc Pitbox. I mean, that was us at home as well, wasn't it, really? I know that we have been spoilt this year. I'm not moaning. It's just funny how our expectations have gone through the roof and we've forgotten what these races are really like. Of course, we have had a few sort of mediocre ones recently, but generally speaking, we have been treated. At Lawrence Griff F1, there's another Bottas meme. I'm sorry, it's just... I'm going to pay you $100. Oh, Bottas to Ricciardo at this point. I mean, it's just... I mean, come on. Without Bottas, this probably would have been a 3-minute video. So, thank you, Valtteri, for just bringing us entertainment. Oh, there's another one. I'm sorry. I'm not picking on him, but genuinely, this was probably the only thing that really happened of matter. At F1 diehard fan, Ricciardo emptying his pockets after getting home. Oh dear. Oh, there's another one. I genuinely didn't think I liked this many, but we have. @_Kayla_Knight_ the poor guy. I mean, you can read that. Oh my days. I mean, to be fair, the actual quality of memes, it's not like I'm just copying and pasting all the things you've seen before. These are all pretty high standard stuff, so well done.
Who has won Tweet of the Week?
Finally, we get to Tweet of the Week time now, and the winner of an amazing Fanatec prize, thank you to Fanatec for sponsoring this series as always, goes to @_Keith Dav. Now, I think Keith already had submitted one earlier on, but either way, this made me laugh a lot, very different, and I thought because Gasly hasn't really been shown either, why not have a Tweet of the Week Gasly post? It's Again, never seen this picture before, high quality stuff, well done Keith, I'll be in touch. Now, once we got to the end of the race, and of course Max Verstappen just dominated from the front after taking the lead at the start, it was almost like Sergio Perez was the one that had won the race. @Alex_Kontok, this meme could not have been more perfect to sum up what those celebrations were like for Sergio finishing P3. It is just amazing. I'm not slandering it at all. It's amazing. Of course, the first Mexican driver to firstly lead a race, but also be on the podium at their home race. If I was Sergio, I'd be absolutely bouncing as well. So yeah, it was amazing scenes. You had his dad just properly supporting him. His children were there as well, I think. It was awesome to watch. @Still366, me seeing Checo take the podium. Yeah, I think a lot of people were similar to that. Of course, with Bottas being taken out at the start, it was pretty much a done deal that Sergio would get a podium. And yeah, I'm sure the Mexican fans are going to be partying tonight. Social Media Team Championship time now, and it is getting pretty hot at the top between Mercedes and Haas. Who is going to come out on the top three for the Mexican Grand Prix? We'll find out. In third place, we have Alfa Romeo Racing. A few more to add to the tally. Lovely little SpongeBob meme. Points, Kimi Räikkönen was unreal. Probably want to mention that as well. Kimi, yeah, rolling back the years. Brilliant stuff. Lots of points for the team. And Alfa get 1 point in here as well. In second place, we have Haas F1 team. Big Mick energy. I love the play on that phrase. Amazing stuff. And it was a very big Mick. So well done, Haas. 2 points. And finally, the winners of the Social Media Team Championship for Mexico are Scuderia AlphaTauri. Not so small now, are we? That doesn't matter that it was before quali. That is an amazing post. And honestly, whoever is editing AlphaTauri's videos needs the biggest raise. It is amazing. 3 points, full points. Well done, AlphaTauri. I'd give you more if it was possible, but it's not because that would be very unfair. Well done. That's 1 point for Alfa Romeo, 2 points for Haas F1, and 3 points for AlphaTauri.
And now it's time for Race Rundown with your host, Matthew Gallagher.
Here we go, race rundown time now. The finishers of the Mexican Grand Prix. Mexico City Grand Prix. It's not the Mexican Grand Prix, it's Mexico. Verstappen, Hamilton, Perez, Gasly. Verstappen, Hamilton, Perez, Gasly. Verstappen, Hamilton, Perez. Verstappen. How do I do it usually? Verstappen, Hamilton, Perez, Gasly, Leclerc, Sainz, Vettel. Verstappen, I've been unwell. Why do I have to do race rundown? Verstappen, Hamilton, Perez, Gasly, Leclerc, Sainz, Vettel, Raikkonen, Alonso, Norris, Giovinazzi, Ricciardo, Ocon, Stroll, Bottas, Russell, Latifi, Mazepin. Sounded like I didn't say it properly, but I'm going to just go with it. Schumacher, Tsunoda with the non-finishers. I didn't even do that correctly. The non-finishers are Schumacher, Tsunoda, Tsunoda, Schumacher. Right, that is it. Thank you so much for watching the internet's best reactions. I want to say a personal apology to Bottas because I didn't mean to put that many submissions in, but it was funny all the same. Lots of love, no hatred. It was just one of the big talking points of the race. Sorry, Valtteri. Hashtag WTF1 if you want to get involved next time. Potentially win an amazing Fanatec prize if you win Tweet of the Week. And we'll see you in less than 7 days' time for the Brazilian Grand Prix sprint stuff as well. Let's see how that is. Podcast tomorrow. We'll see you then. Bye!